Hi, and welcome aboard. Every experienced sailor has heard some version of this advice. Never argue with the weather. It's good advice because the sea doesn't care about our plans. It doesn't care that we've booked a boat, invited friends aboard, taken a week off work, or promised ourselves that tomorrow we'll be in Mallorca or Ibiza. The weather is what it is. So before every passage, an experienced sailor checks the forecast and waits until conditions are favorable for both the boat and the crew. Sometimes the answer is go. Sometimes the answer is not today. There's wisdom in knowing the difference. And it made me wonder whether we approach life with that same wisdom. Are most of us waiting for something before we begin living the life we want? Perhaps we wait for a little more money, or a little more confidence, better health, more time, retirement. Sometimes that's sensible. Sometimes it isn't. The difficult part is knowing which is which. People ask me why I haven't bought my boat yet. The answer isn't that I'm waiting for better weather. I'm waiting because I still have things to learn. I'm still studying for the exam that will legally allow me to own a 12 to 13 meter trawler and sail beyond the horizon. I'm still acquiring more experience. I want docking and undocking as well as anchoring to become second nature. I want to find the right boat, not simply a boat. And when I do, I'll hire a marine surveyor, a marine electrician, and a marine mechanic before taking her out for sea trials. That's not postponement. That is preparation. There's a difference. Preparation has a destination. Postponement doesn't. If I'm planning to sail, I don't wait for certainty. I'll wait until the conditions are good enough. Not perfect. Good enough for the voyage I'm about to make. Whether it's from Valencia to Alicante, Valencia to Ibiza, or one day, much farther across the Med, perhaps even the Atlantic Ocean. Life asks us to make the same distinction. There's something else people who don't spend time around boats often don't realize. A boat isn't preserved by sitting still. The hull gathers marine growth. Rubber ages, cracks, and lets seawater in. Corrosion begins its slow work. Fuel deteriorates. An engine that isn't run eventually reminds you that it was built to move. A boat doesn't stop aging because it stays tied to the dock. It simply ages in a different way. Perhaps we do too. Our bodies atrophy through disuse. Skills fade because we stop practicing them. Curiosity asks fewer questions. Confidence slowly gives way to comfort. None of it happens overnight. That's what makes it so easy to miss and ignore. We tell ourselves we're still preparing. Sometimes we are. And sometimes we're simply delaying taking the first step of the voyage. From the outside, those two look almost identical. Only we know the difference. The sea never promises certainty. It only offers moment when it's time to leave the dock. Maybe life works the same way? So let me leave you with three questions. What weather are you waiting for? How will you recognize when the conditions are good enough? And when that moment comes, will you be ready to untie the lines? Because it never really was about the weather. Until next time, fair winds.